somebody else and somebody whose birthday just happened. Cool G rap would be an essential part of any hip hop Bible. So would Drake be the Lucifer in the hip hop Bible? Absolutely. Mm. Mm. Where are you coming from there? Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right, let's move into our first official topic for this week's episode. Um, Something that came out a little while ago, but we did not have an episode last week. The Locks and Dipset versus is coming, and Styles P and Jim Jones have had a little nice war of words. Friendly, it's not anything serious leading up to this battle. This is what it's about. This is what, like, especially when you have a New York groups that had their own movement. This is what you should want to see from it. This is the competition of hip hop personified. What do you guys? What's your expectations levels for this versus? Marquis, I'll come to you first on this. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, that's for fucking sure, man. Baylor, what do you think? Mm. You know it. Yeah, this no. Oh no. No, bro. No. I can't let you even get that one off, bro. No group had a bigger impact than, like, don't get me wrong, NWA's impact is huge. Huge. But bro, we gotta be real here. We gotta be real here. At least four members of Wu Tang Clan have what have solo classic albums, classics. That's why I said at least four, because I know people debate, but at least four. So no, bro. I get it, and I get what you're getting at. No, I get your points, but I don't agree. Understanding and agreeing are two different things. I understand every point that you make, but I don't agree with them being ranked over Wu Tang at all. And then even then now this is a personal. I put a Tribe Called Quest above the Locks as well. So all right. So one of the kings right now of managing social media is Lil Nas X. He came out with a new video. Um, Kanye West produced "Industry Baby," in which he is on trial by Nike for the Satan shoes. Publicity stunt, good music or bad music aside, is this, if Little Nas's X career becomes about these? I don't want to call them publicity stunts because he is reflecting things that are going on in his real life. But is the music quality up to, like, is it being that? I mean, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. You guys take it away. What do you guys make of the video? What do you think about the statement being made and the music itself? Baylor, come to you first. I put Little Nas X for me in the same. He's like a modern day Soldier Boy. Okay. Yeah. I mean. Mm-hmm. Mm. Monkey. Mm. I. Yeah. And then even when his album did drop, it kind of came and went. Like the most conversation I remember hearing about that album was the cover art. So yeah, yeah, in the videos, yeah. But I ultimately I think like Little Nas X capitalized off having a hugely popular song on social media, and everything like that. And the reason why I don't know if it's going to negatively impact him is because that's what these young cats want. That's really what they want. He's giving them everything. Like when you look at like how he manages social media, how he his clapbacks, the stunts, whatever you want to call them. That's really what this generation is about. And maybe we're just not meant to get it, and that's fine. I haven't looked at any of his sales numbers. I would love to see like what his album ultimately did sales wise. You know, I'm gonna look that up right now as I'm mentioning it. But like, I don't think it like did gangbusters or anything like that. Well, except but he's not perpetrating that he's about that life though. So it's not the same thing. No, you're fine. So it went platinum. His album did go platinum. One times platinum. It went triple platinum in Brazil, but their requirements to go platinum there are much less than ours. Um, so yeah, his first album went platinum. That album came out. Damn, that album came out June 2019. Has it? I didn't realize it's been that long. That's it. That's the only one that he's dropped so far. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for that one. Let's move on from Little Nas X. Kanye teasing the release of his new album, Donda. Um, Had a little trailer for it. What do you guys think about Kanye? So is it? Here's the thing. Artists when they go through shit, sometimes release some of their best music. We know it's been a rough couple of years for Kanye. That all kind of made it in his divorce from Kim Kardashian. Do you guys? What does that do anything for the album for you guys? Your anticipation for the album? I think it's named after his mom for one. What do you guys expect from this album? Go ahead, Baylor. Mm, okay. All right. What you got, Marquis? For me, when it comes to Kanye albums, it's more of a I'll listen. Like I'm gonna listen. I listen to just about everything. I have no expectations for Kanye music anymore. Um, Usually with Kanye albums, there's at least one or two that I feel like I end up liking. At least one. There's at least one track on every Kanye album that I really rock with. So I'm sure I'll get my track out of it, but I don't. I just I it's a non motherfucking factor, and I hate to use that phrase for it to be Kanye West, but like that's really what it is at this point with Kanye. It's a non motherfucking factor. Mm-hmm. What was the last great Kanye album to you guys? Well, I mean, and your opinion on that is the common one. It was ranked the album of the decade. So even though I don't feel like that's Kanye's best body, yeah, that was ranked by Billboard as the album of the decade. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people share that opinion. I know. I think me and Baylor both don't feel like that album is his best work, but I mean, oh, you just see that's his last. That's his last great album. Okay. Mm. Cryptic, but I get what you're saying. What about you, Baylor? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. College dropout, late registration, graduation is like that's it. Like to and let me not say that he like Kanye was gone after that because he still had flashes, especially on guest appearances. He would do things where he was still very much Kanye. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy wasn't my album. There, like I said, there are tracks that I pull away from that. But to me, it's like to me, Kanye's career is like that TV show that has a great 3 to 5 seasons, but somehow after the person who created it left the show, the season, I mean the show kept going for another 8 seasons after the creator left, and it's like what the you guys lost the heart of it. That's what Kanye's hip hop career is to me. Mm-hmm.
Him and Kid Cudi. The album is actually pretty dope if they would have had a better direction. That's the problem with him. I mean, The Throne was a dope album. Let's be real. The Throne was a dope album.
Watch the Throne.
Yeah, that was a dope album. That was a dope album. They had some dope songs on it.
It
It
had
had
some
some
Break
dope
dope
up.
songs on
songs.
it.
It had some dope songs. It had some dope
I
I
give
songs.
it
break
four.
up
I
some
give it
dope
4 out of
on it.
5. 4 out of 5. And again, it was Jay taking the lead, but Kanye kind of had a better appeal or approach to the album. But for some reason, his ego gets in his way. I don't know what it is, but he just doesn't want to listen to people. Or there's someone who can give him better direction. But his albums could actually be dope. He just doesn't. I don't know. He just doesn't craft it. And that Ye album, I'm sorry. I forgot that shit existed, but Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Yandi.
Oh my Jesus.
Oh, and that Sunday Church album, that was the second worst thing that happened to Jesus. I'm sorry.
And even then, I found at least one track off of that.
I did.
There
Yeah.
was only one.
Yeah.
I found one, but oh shit.
Fucking hate you.
Welcome to the list.
Woo. All right. Moving on from that, we got 2 albums to review this week. First one, I'm gonna let Baylor take this one because if it wasn't for Baylor hyping the shit out this album, I would have got to it eventually, but it wouldn't have been as quick of a listen as what I got to it. Snow Allegra, Baylor, talk about this album, bro.
Man, this is like Victoria Monet all over again in 2020. You know what I mean? Like I told my wife, I told my wife, hear me, Marquise, when I say this. I said, wife, if I can get Victoria Monet and Snow Allegra in the same room together, we're going to fold clothes. That's all I said. We're just going to fold clothes together. And that woman, hey, look, let me tell you, I did not expect Tyler the Creator to be on there that much.
Yeah, we're live. Somebody asked if we were live in the thing, but go ahead. Yeah, keep going, Baylor.
I said we was gonna fold clothes. What's wrong with that? No, that album sounded real good. Like we played the dog mess out of that album in Phoenix. It's smooth, and I said, like I said, I think it's in the same lane as Victoria Monet's Jaguar album. I'm not sure if that's gonna be her best album, but that was a hell of an album right there. It was very smooth, and it's one of those albums that I could put on basically anywhere.
It was one of those albums to where if you're gonna introduce somebody to an artist, that's the perfect album. Like if they don't walk away from that enjoying the artist, then that it's just not for them. This album, Temporary Highs and the Velvet Skies, fucking amazing. Like, and it's in an era where you have to search more for good art. It's out there, but you have to search more for it. You have to search harder for it. Um, this album just as a complete listen, like I don't know how an R&B fan could be disappointed by her voice is fucking phenomenal. She sounds orgasmic as hell. Yeah, it's amazing. I
Orgasmic as
fucking
hell.
I loved it. Go ahead, Marquis.
No, I thought it was dope. Pleasant surprise. Right now, I guess it's the R&B album of the year so far. I
As of right now.
and again, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't listen to it right away. So much respect there.
The next album that we got to review, Pop Smoke Faith.
I lost it. I
You
lost the
lost
faith.
it?
I lost the faith. Sorry. This the album had too many guest appearances,
It had to though, bro.
It had a yeah.
Honestly, it had
and
to.
that took
Like,
away from him. It
and,
took away from
and
him.
even then, like the thing that I walked away from this album realizing is like these songs were extremely short, and so it's clear that Pop Smoke didn't have like. Whereas his last album, it felt like okay, they had to do some stuff to finish it, but that album was pretty much what he wanted it to be. That's what it felt like. Like he experimented, whatever. This more so felt like they were grasping for a way to fill out this and make this a full album. I almost would have rather it been just unreleased Pop Smoke verses. Let's just give us the verses because it wasn't. It didn't feel like an album. First of all, and that's okay. We understand the circumstances behind it, but it's like I came to hear Pop. I didn't come to hear these niggas.
Mm-hmm. You know what it feels like? It feels like the Biggie duet album.
That's a great comparison, bro.
Because
Great.
like Marquis said, it was a gang of people over there. I was looking at it, you got Pharrell, you got Chris Brown, Pusha T on there a couple of times, Rick Ross. I'm like, God. But I do feel like if that young man was still here, I want to say at least half of them cats would be on there. You know what I mean? And I would even say that some of those songs would sound totally different. You know what I mean? Because you already know you're gonna go and rewrite some stuff, or you're gonna change some stuff in the beat and things like that. So yeah, this sounds more like a Biggie duet than anything.
Man, some of these features, like, and looking at when the track list was released, and I know that's one of the things we were supposed to talk about last week. I was super excited. Like, he had a song with Kanye West and Pusha T. Like, looking at the track list, I was like, this is gonna be the shit. It was cool. Don't get me wrong, but it just, I don't know, man. And I hate being down on an album after somebody passed, but it's just like, I don't know. And then some of the people who were on it at that, like if you're gonna get if you're going to pay respect to Pop Smoke, who people really appreciated and was looked at as like the next one up, get big names. Some of these niggas they put on these tracks is like, why of all people you could pick, I'm sure almost anybody would have if you asked them to be on Pop Smoke's album to help complete this album, they would have did it. Some of these people they got, like the Jay Guapo, why the fuck is he on this Pop Smoke album? You don't deserve to be on the Pop Smoke album.
I I don't know. I will say they to me I feel like they could have split this album in half,
Mm-hmm.
and I would have been fine with that. I think they could have got two albums out of this.
I mean, I almost rather they just got it all off at this rate. Like if they would have dragged this out, nah, you can't. To me, you can't do that. You needed to you needed to get. And at this point, if they have any more unreleased Pop Smoke verses, they need to just give those to people who so that he can be featured on somebody else's album. Because at this point, no.
I agree.
20 tracks, 24 if you count the deluxe edition. And how do you have a 20 track album and the album is still under an hour? Just let that
And
marinate for a minute. That's
That's
how short
crazy.
some of these songs are.
he didn't rap as much as his guests did.
Yeah.
So, and I really hate to be down. I wish Mary was here. I feel like she's usually the one who tries to throw in some positive stuff. But like, I listened to this album 2 times all the way through for this review, and I won't lie, making it through that second time was a fucking pain.
Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to go through it the second time because I only went through it one time. I'm going to go through it the second time
All right, cool.
because I thought the Chris Brown track was pretty solid. You need one of those tracks too for the album.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to act like the whole album was. So there are songs on the album that are solid. Like the whole album, like the songs themselves aren't trash. It's just that the overall feeling I'm left with after this album isn't a good one for a lot of
Yeah, I
different
think
reasons.
and that's the thing. I think our expectation of what a Pop Smoke album should be, the barometer is set high, and we got this. That's the problem, because he wouldn't have signed off on this.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, what you just said, Marquise, I personally don't have an expectation on how his album should sound or whatever, because prior to him being taken away from us, I wasn't hearing that much about him. So I didn't have any expectation. I just knew he had a high. I just
Okay,
knew he had a loud buzz. But
no
I will
doubt.
say this: listening to the album and then listening to the Chris Brown song, I need more diversity in his songs, because there were a bulk of tracks that sounded very the babyish.
Mm. Mm.
But his first album didn't, though. See, and that's the thing. When you have an artist like this that have so much potential, and he doesn't get a chance to expand on it, and that's he was taking away too long. I don't know if you want to leave his legacy as this. That's the problem. I would prefer him to, like you said, hey, just put him on guest features or on their albums, because now you can preserve his legacy. This, I don't know. I don't know. I respect him too much. When 50 didn't produce this one, did he?
No, he didn't have anything to do
Yeah.
with this one.
I hate to say it, 50 did a much better job with the first album. This, and it is not the expectation. It's just when it comes to hip hop and preserving the culture or in preserving your voice, your sound, who you are, and as Pop Smoke, listening to a bunch of features. Production sound. I mean, it sounded like another version of the last album, extended with more guest appearances. That's all it was. It didn't do any. It did him a disservice.
You know what ultimately this album felt like? It felt like his family needed to put this out so they can get some money.
Yep, I'm gonna leave
So
that one alone.
I'm just saying. I'm just
I,
saying.
I will say, hey, said it. I thought it.
Okay. Well,
Like
there
the
you have it.
basement. Like the
Let's
basement.
move right along after that one. Black people like rock too. Marquis, what you got for us today?
I just got a question. Do black people actually like rock too?
Yes.
When's the last time black people listen to rock? Can anybody tell
LeBron
me
listens
where
to it
rock
all the
is?
time.
Okay, that's great. What does he listen to?
Whatever's popular, like LeBron does with everything.
What's popular? Hey, you put some respect on that man name.
I can honestly tell you that I haven't. And when I say listen to, that doesn't mean that I was personally going out to listening to it. But when it was at its height, like, and for me, it was the late '90s. That was pretty much the last time.
Mm.
It was basically my whole high school career. That's when I was hearing a lot of rock and heavy metal.
See, I still think it's this thing, honestly, where I think more black people listen to rock than what you will ever know. I still think there's a stigma of not being that black person who's outwardly in love with rock music.
Yeah, because the black people that did listen to it, the bulk of them were gothic skaters. You know what I mean? But like I said, outside of hearing it at school or just being around that, or the environment, how the environment was between the years of like '96 all the way to '99, the only time I really heard the rock songs were like in movies on
Yeah.
soundtracks.
So, and the question I ask you is, rock dead?
No, I will say no. I will say no because they don't need black people to support it.
I didn't ask that. I'm asking you is, when's the last time anybody heard anything rock related? Like
I mean,
John
Foo
Mayer just dropped
Fighters
an album.
have a big song out right now.
I
That
I
album came
just
out a while ago, bro.
I mean, but
I just
I'm just
go ahead.
saying,
John Mayer just dropped an album. Y'all know that?
John Mayer is not rock and roll though.
Didn't we cancel
That's considered rock. That's alternative rock. Yeah,
John Mayer is considered rock.
alternative rock. Yeah, it's still
See,
alternative.
so it's not just
Oh,
hip
and
hop that's gotten
Marquise
watered down then.
and Marquise, and that's
Okay,
another
let's
thing I wanted to say. They have
go ahead.
I don't know if we've done it or if that's always been the thing, but they have like a lot of subgenres, don't they?
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Because it's a lot of
So
stuff that I would listen to that I wouldn't consider like rock. But who's who am I to say that it isn't rock or not? Because I'm not a day one fan.
if it's not hip hop and there's a guitar in it, you can probably put it in rock. Am I wrong?
Shit, I don't know because when I go on Friday nights when I go through the new
So it's
albums
Post
that come
Malone
out.
rock?
Mm,
There's a guitars there?
Yeah, he plays the guitar all the goddamn time.
No, he does not. There's more.
is he pop? Is he pop?
He's more alternative pop.
That alternative word is gonna get.
But see, even
Anytime
pop.
you can't put
So
somebody in a job.
we have to keep it.
Go
We have
ahead.
to keep in mind, pop is just short for popular music. What
Mhm.
pop is changes all the time according to what the most popular genre of music is. So just saying like pop is not a genre. Pop is what people are listening to. I don't look at pop as a genre.
So what is alternative pop then?
I'll,
No,
and
I'm
and
seriously
So
asking
all
because I
right,
really don't
honestly,
know.
okay. If you're gonna classify it, heavy metal is basically the heavy guitars, rhythm, blah blah blah. Rock and roll is probably categorized into your bluesish with the electric guitar, if you will.
Gotcha.
Pop rock would be that fast-paced up tempo with like Maroon 5, if you will. You get what I'm saying? So a little up tempo. Foo Fighters would be considered rock. That's considered stadium rock. But that's rock.
That would be pop rock, right?
No, that wouldn't be pop rock because that's straight up rock. Like that, they're head banging,
So
nodding your head kind of rock.
that's rock. That's rock by itself. Just
That would be considered rock. Yeah.
see, I'm not gonna lie
But I
to
mean,
you.
and again, you can't say the reason I'm saying that is I can't say black people like rock too. If you're only going to listen to Foo Fighters, you got to kind of extend it a little bit too. When it comes to John Mayer, if he's playing guitar for Jay-Z on tour, you get what I'm saying? He's a rocker. Lil Wayne did an album, Prom Queen and everything with guitars in it, almost Linkin Parkish.
And didn't he call that hip hop rock or something like that?
Which
that
is
was his rock
new
album.
metal.
Yeah.
That was
No, what I'm
it's
saying,
considered new
would he
metal.
Oh, okay. New metal.
That's like Korn,
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit. What's that other band? Linkin Park would be considered new metal.
I'm glad Baylor's scratching his head. I wish I could pull a snapshot from it because honestly, the how many subgenres that are in rock are is probably more honestly than subgenres in hip hop, and we know how many different subgenres are in hip hop. Like there are so many different things, and that's and
you can do a lot more with live instruments. That's why.
Yeah, and so like the thing with rock and roll, like to me, we've had these conversations on like some of the greatest rock bands of all time. That is rock and roll to me. Will that ever come back? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that ever comes back in the same way
Marquise,
that
what
it
is
did.
Creed?
Christian metal.
Yeah, Christian metal.
You didn't know
They're
that?
Christian.
God, they got Christian metal.
Until there's another band like Black Sabbath, the rock and roll is dead to me.
There you have it.
Yeah, I'm okay with learning something new every goddamn day. I am. I swear to God, man. Because I almost feel like you can just throw some shit out there and just put metal at the end of it or rock.
But
And
you
so
can
as music is really now like music is such a melting pot, and we don't. And maybe that's maybe a great conversation we need to have some days is like artists or bands or whatever that really meld different forms of music together. Not like because nowadays like you can find a little bit of everything in just about every artist.
Mm-hmm. I mean, perfect example.
One day, do y'all want to rank the genres?
No, hell no.
Because
There's no
hip
such thing.
hop is first and foremost above
Oh,
everything.
I know we could put hip hop up there, but we got R&B, we got jazz, we got rock,
neo soul, yeah.
Yeah.
Neo soul is.
Oh, that's my heart. Oh, that's.
Man,
let me tell you.
They got an event here where they are actually doing it in Ohio State's football stadium, where it's all spoken word artists all fucking day. They have like 4 different booths. I'm in, and I'm kid free that weekend. Don't ask me shit. I'm gonna be
Yep.
out there on several edibles and tequila and everything else by my goddamn self in heaven.
Hey, do not do
Hayes ain't
7
gonna make it home.
edibles. I want you to enjoy this, okay?
Listen,
Do one, and get you a nice little bottle, okay? Neo Soul, man, if Neo Soul had a smell to it, it'd definitely be cocoa butter or like Murray's hair grease,
mm, yep.
Incense,
incense, like
Egyptian
musk
musk,
cologne.
Blue Nile oil and shit.
Wow.
What's up, my
All right,
brother?
Oh
cool.
man,
All right, cool. We're coming off
That's
that.
it for me.
So we're going into our TV and film section. I will say this: I took the Shy off here because we've just really been down on the Shy. I would say this. I would say that the most recent episode of what happened? What
you
what
took the
happened?
shy, you took the shy off because you took the goddamn shy off. That's why. You know why you
Oh,
took it
fuck
off.
that shit, bro. I mean, we can talk about it if y'all want, but I really feel that the last episode of the Shy is almost the Shy of old. Like it was a really really great episode of the Shy, but overall this season's
Oh
been fucking
man,
trash. So I took that shit off.
that
Raising
was a good
Kanan,
one. Man.
first episode of Raising Kanan premiered. Um,
Fire.
oh yeah, amazing. What I will say is I like how they have taken parts of 50 Cent's actual life to make them part, well, and magnify them to make them like this feels like it's going to be as much of a Curtis Jackson show as a Kanan show. And the way that they are taking taking Curtis Jackson and like melding them together and to tell this backstory of this character, fucking phenomenal. Acting, phenomenal. Outside of Joey Badass sounding like he's talking with a mouthful of rocks, like, come on, man. Like, you can talk regularly with the grill. But like everything, having Jukebox in there as well, us getting to see different sides of her, the fact that they're not shying away from like saying what it was like to be lesbian in the 90s, and like it seems like they're not going to shy away from going into that as well, like showing that he wasn't really part of the life and his mom wanting to keep him out of it. It really shows why he what's fucking why he took to Tariq so much. Their stories are very kind of similar in that way. What do you guys make of the first episode of Raising Kanan?
Well, we're definitely going to see. We're going to see the '90s perspective from the East Coast side now. You know what I mean? So we got Snowfall, and now we have this. You know what I mean? So just to get this out of the way. I know we lied, but the moment is fine. I gotta say it. It is what it is. Okay?
With them high waisted 90s mom jeans, boy, listen here. You talking about folding clothes? I'm gonna fold that motherfucker up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, keep going.
Hey, 50 really don't miss though. He really don't miss. Like, there's a lot of expectations going on for this, and I think it started off real good. It's going to be interesting to see how he developed these characters and this in this series, and 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 if they're going to build off into another season. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting because I also want to hear the progression of the hip hop tracks. That's a part of that time period.
Yeah, I mean we're getting a lot of power. So we know Power Book 2 Ghost is season 2 of that starting soon. I think that one picks up at the end of this one, and then in January we're getting book 4, Force, which is that Tommy's one.
Tommy's is wait,
Is
what's
Tommy's
next?
Force? Huh?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember
I,
which one is which.
I've been getting the emails too, but most of them has been about Kanan. So
Oh, book 4 is Tommy's one. I don't know what's going on with the Ren's Tate's one,
they
but you
must have
know
been listening to us. Like
exactly. But yeah, Marquis, go ahead. What was your thoughts on Raising Kanan episode 1?
I didn't see it. I didn't watch
You didn't
it.
see it yet?
No.
Oh man, you gotta go see them jeans she had. I mean, you gotta go see the whole episode.
The jeans are gonna fold. Okay, all right, I got you.
Yeah,
It's
it
good.
was. So we won't go into story details, but I'll say like it feels different from Power, but you can still tell it's in that. Like it's weird to explain, but and as you get into the show more and more, like I would say about by 15 minutes in, it's like, fuck if it's connected to Power or not. This is just a great fucking TV. This is a great story to tell. I
Okay.
don't know if they have multiple seasons planned or not. I could easily see them pulling about 3 or 4 out of it just because of how far back they set it in Kanan's life. But this shit, at least for a first episode, I would probably say out of the 3 books so far, this was probably the best first episode out of any of them.
And you
Wow.
know
Okay.
what?
That's bold.
I have to agree with you because it was a lot going on. I want to say this. Do you feel like I don't know if I should say this because I don't want to spoil it. Or I would say Hayes, Kanan's voice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
What about
hear something? Do you hear something?
the accent?
Yeah.
Do I like? Does he have a New York accent?
No, he doesn't sound like 50 to you.
Oh, they said it though. Like he studied 50's mannerisms and everything. Like he doesn't really
Okay.
look like 50, but you know how
Mm.
like some people can be so similar that even if they don't look alike, they look alike.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Because I was like, what? I was like, he sounds like 50 a little bit. I was like, I don't know if that's how his voice really is or if he's acting like that. But no, it's dope. And shout out to London Brown. London Brown. I went to a London Brown comedy show years ago out here in LA. And I'm proud of that dude, man. He keep getting booked for like some dope roles. So shout out to him.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, that's it for our TV and film section. We got one last thing to talk about. The Bucks won the motherfucking NBA finals. Listen here, y'all didn't let uh Giannis fucking taste the finals. Y'all done fucked up, man. That's
No,
all
you
I can
didn't.
say.
No, you didn't.
Bro,
No,
yes.
you didn't.
Did you
They
not
ain't win
see
again.
the last 3 games Giannis had in a row?
Mm-hmm.
I,
And
I,
I'll blame the
I
coach
get
on
where
that.
you coming from. I get where
I'll
you
blame the
coming
coach on
from,
that one.
Hayes.
I'll blame
I
the
get
coach
where
on
you
that
coming
one.
from, Hayes. They were
All
supposed
right.
they were supposed to be Phoenix, but they was not supposed to get past Brooklyn. Let's just be
Oh
honest.
yeah. That I mean, yeah, of course. But the thing is, they're not supposed to get past Brooklyn on paper. But the problem always, we said it, the problem with Brooklyn is always going to be Brooklyn defeating their motherfucking selves. Like they have
Okay.
killers on that squad, but they have killers who literally, between injuries or just choking, every time one of them has been in the playoffs, the shit's happened.
I, I look. I'm a diehard UCLA fan, so I'm rolling. I am rolling with my boy Drew Holiday, but I feel like if Brooklyn was 100%, because even Harden did play, he wasn't 100%. Kyrie didn't play at all. They
Mm-hmm.
don't
KD don't choke.
the Buck, and he played a phenomenal game that game. You know, he was just gassed out. But I feel like they don't have enough defenders on the Bucks for those three. That's all I'm saying.
Mm.
It
Nobody enough
still could have
defenders
been
for those three.
it still could have been a head up fade. But I just feel like that was a lot more firepower, and even the Bucks until there was some coaching change, there was some strategies, and some they turned it around. They worked Drew Holiday like a dog. He went back and forth between CP3 and Booker. You know what I mean? And he did the best that he could do, and he had to show up on the offensive side as well for them to have a chance to win. So I just think Brooklyn had too
See,
much firepower if they were healthy. But I do think that after that, and again, I know injuries is a part of the game, but this championship right here was just like the Toronto championship. You know what I mean? If Golden State is still healthy, I don't see as much, and as much as I love Kawhi, I just don't think it's gonna happen. But he earned the hell out of that Finals MVP. I'll give him that. He earned the hell out of that. He played. He played. And shout out to Middleton. Shout out to Drew Holiday. and the rest of the supporting cast.
Hold on, wait a second, because you got to mention by name Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis,
Oh,
who guarded Devin Booker as a fucking 7-footer or 6'11", technically, guarding a guard the way that he did. Bobby Portis is the guy that you need one of on every championship team, but that people aren't gonna fucking remember for real.
That's Ron Artest to me. He ain't nothing but like a diet Ron Artest.
Yeah.
Or Meta World Peace, whichever one you want to call him.
Ron Artest was ruthless. Meta World Peace was smarter.
Bobby Portis still there. I think Bobby Portis still there, so we might have to call him Ron. Little Ron. What you got, Marquis?
Shout out to Bobby Portis. Got to mention former Bull, by the way. But Marquis, what did you make of these finals, brother?
Yeah, I don't want this one. First off, these motherfuckers barely got past Atlanta. If Trey didn't step on the referee's foot, this would have been a whole different series. You understand what I'm saying? That changed everything. They were up. He stepped on him, and he was out the next couple of games. He was never the same. They almost lost to the Atlanta Hawks. If it wasn't for injuries, these motherfuckers wouldn't have won. I'm sorry, no. And I said the same thing for Phoenix. If it wasn't for Lakers being injured, Kawhi being injured, and Jamal Murray being injured, they wouldn't have made it to the finals.
Well, so we know that.
Okay.
At the same time, Giannis did hyperextend his knee though, so we got to give him credit for that too. The series before.
Okay, so when it comes to a point where you ask who's Batman and Robin on the team, yeah, there's no question there.
It's not Middleton. It's not Middleton.
But he's the closer. If it wasn't for Middleton,
because he's a more consistent and better shooter.
Okay, I get that. But if you went against a full Nets team, they'd have lost. And if Nets next year are at full 100%, that's going to be a problem. If
I feel confident in saying that will never happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of musical chairs this offseason. So,
and I can tell you right now, the Lakers are probably going to get one of the three: Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul. Huh?
One of the four.
What four are you thinking? I'm thinking Russell Westbrook. We're not getting Dame Dollar. We can't afford him. We can't afford him. There's nothing in there. Chris Paul.
Bro, all I can say is this the Lakers? Never say never. Like that's
never.
I have learned that. Don't forget, the Lakers had a deal complete. The NBA had to step in so that Kobe didn't get another three-peat with Chris Paul.
I know.
Hey, they went deep into that. They went deep into that motherfucker and said, wait. They don't even have an owner. Who made this trade?
Mark Cuban was one of the main people who complained about that shit. All I'm saying is, I don't trust Milwaukee enough, and I don't trust their coach. Their coach is the main reason why it took so long to get there.
They couldn't get over the hump. They couldn't get over the hump before, right?
I don't trust him. Sorry.
So Hayes, I'm not putting an asterisk next to it. I'm just saying injuries, bro. That's all I'm saying is injuries. But inside the finals, they earned that shit. They earned it.
So what I mean by when I said they let Giannis taste the finals, what I mean is that Giannis now he knows
motivation.
Motivation to get to it every step of the way, but he now has I feel he's gonna have another gear where he's gonna go
Nope.
Bro, like you could say
know why?
No, bro,
and
that's
the thing. I can tell you why, because of what he said. He basically said, I don't care if we don't win another championship again, as long as we got this one. I didn't build a super team, which he basically shot it.
But you can't take that. You can't take when you see that emotion. Did you see that leaked video of him crying after? When you see that emotion, you can't say that like, bro. He's gonna have another gear from now.
It came out, but what he didn't say is, bro, I did get past Brooklyn without a full roster. You know what I'm saying? And the Lakers wasn't there. The Clippers wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So the facts are the facts. I'm just saying, regardless of the facts, put the facts to the side, what he did within that 7-game series was phenomenal. But outside of that, I don't think they would have gotten there if everybody is healthy. You just said it. Trae Young stay healthy. They might not get past the Hawks.
I'm going to say this. I predicted somehow that Milwaukee was going to win a championship. I didn't predict they were going to win this way. I thought this was their year. No MVP, he had more motivation. Everyone's in front of me. I thought he had more motivation to kill everyone. The problem is his shooting. You can't trust his shooting. And if it wasn't, and you're absolutely right, not just Middleton, but if Drew Holiday didn't do what he did,
exactly.
I'm sorry. This series would have been over too. Drew Holiday is a major reason
They
why
needed
they won
a
that
third.
championship.
They needed a third star.
And Drew is a genius. He's a mastermind.
Right.
When Drew, Rondo, and AD blew out Portland the way they did, they dismantled Portland. That was them three. So I know I will never discount Drew. I'm sorry, bro. Motherfuckers are coming for them. And I'll give Giannis a lot of credit. He has that second gear, third gear, but not what's about to come. Because now the bar is set.
I honestly don't feel like they picked up the motivation until they beat Phoenix at home, at their house, Game 5.
Agreed.
Once they beat them there, it was a whole new. It was just like they figured it out though. And if they didn't pick up Drew Holiday, I think Atlanta beats them without Drew Holiday.
But if they didn't lose Brogdon, they probably could have done the same thing. Brogdon was just as great. Here's what I'm going to say. The league is on notice right now. There are no major NBA teams that made it to the finals this year, right? Mm-hmm. All low market teams. So that means Boston, LA, Miami, Chicago. None of them made it. What does that mean? Every team who has every player who has an opportunity to go to a major market and say, I could be the X factor. Unlike KD, I'm going to Golden State, who already, team already won 70 wins, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to help them get over the hump. Now, a player like Dame, whoever can say, I can go to LA and help them win because you need me. It's going to be a whole different motivation. I can go to Boston and help them win. And all Boston need is a leader. A bunch of young cats with a shitload of talent.
Boston really doesn't have any excuse because Boston is still young. When you really look at the Lakers and the Clippers is not old at all, but Kawhi is just borderline injury prone. Yeah, and then Bron is old, and then you got a fragile AD. So it's almost like,
yeah, but they just played. They won a championship, had 3 days to rest and go right back in.
Yeah, I think so. If this doesn't teach the NBA anything, is that the world being what it is now, to where big market teams are always going to make more money during the season. They're going to sell more. They're going to garner more. But as far as with I think this shows that that viewers wanted to see something different in the finals. The viewership was up 35% over last year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that, keep in mind, last year we were all stuck in the motherfucking house.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't do nothing else. Movie theaters weren't open. This year, with two teams that people really didn't expect to make it to the finals, to have the two teams in there and viewers and shit be opened up, concerts are back going up, movie theaters are back open, and to be up 35%.
But you just said it though.
From last year.
The reason why is because one, they said it. They're tired of seeing Bron. They're tired of seeing Steph. Right? I get that. Also, you got to remember that when it came to Phoenix and Milwaukee, everybody from that state was watching it. Everybody. And then if they wasn't watching
that about any state every season, bro. So this was the highest.
A lot of small market fans feel like when we win, and when I say we, I mean the Lakers. When we win championships, they feel like it doesn't mean as much to us because we're so used to it. But when you got a team that has never won a championship in Phoenix and hasn't won since the 70s, come on.
But let's put this in perspective. This is the highest viewership since 2002.
Okay.
We're almost 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah, Lakers have been
because
in
people
half
are
of the
tired of Lakers win. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm going to say this. Two things just happened. Number one, LeBron James' movie was the highest box office movie last week, right? AD and Dame Dollar was there, which means that players are now going to go to areas like that so they can diversify their portfolio and build their equity in the silver screen. That's one thing that just happened, right? Are you in agreement?
I agree.
Okay, so that's one thing. Two, the teams that won, you're basically telling me that there's an opportunity to beat these two teams. This is our barometer. This is what we got. You have the star players on this dude on Dallas. He's one of the star players, right? In the league right now. What is his name? Luka.
Luka.
One of the star players with no help. So Dallas
get
is
his
Luka,
name and Marquise, get his name right. Don't do that to my boy.
Okay, but he's not. He's the face of the franchise on a 7th seed team. He's never going to be past that. Even with Jason Kidd, Porzingis is not his go-to guy. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen unless the Lakers and the Celtics are in the championship. It's not going to matter. Everybody's going to want to focus on that again. This is all great for the small teams. It's going to shift again, bro.
We can all agree that Phoenix is not getting back there.
I know, and I feel so bad for Devin Booker, man.
Well, that's the thing. I wouldn't necessarily say they're not going to get back because LeBron is old, AD is shoddy,
Golden
and
State
the
gonna
Clippers
be a
can't
problem.
stay healthy.
Golden State
Golden State is definitely going to be a problem. But the thing with that is too, when are we gonna also start putting that same health bug on the Warriors? They haven't been healthy the last three playoffs in a row. Maybe they're starting to break down too. I'm just saying the time in which the Warriors were like they went years without really any major injuries. The older a team gets, the more injuries go up. This team, they've kept the core together for the most part, but I really think those injuries are going to always. Yes, they have younger players. They have Wiseman. They're probably going to add somebody pretty big again this year or make
Wiseman,
trades.
They're going to trade. They're going to be gone.
We'll see.
I can tell you that right now. They're going to be gone.
I can't say that there's not a world in which Phoenix doesn't at least make it back to the Western Conference Finals because
I don't even think CP3 is going to be there. Chris Paul might even be there next year.
That's true.
And Beal might end up in Golden State, bro.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. There's a lot of guards out there, and I want to ask y'all, including Kawhi. You know, he's not a guard. I want to include Kawhi. I want to include Steph, Dame, Beal, and I can't forget the other guard I was going to think of. But do you think that? I'm talking about real point guards.
Okay.
Do you think those players that I just said will stay with those teams with the teams that they're with now?
I don't think any of them stay with the teams they're with now.
I think Dame's going to stay.
You think Dame's going to stay with Portland?
I don't think anybody's going to pony up for that because they're going to have to pony up a lot to get Dame. I'm sorry. And he's going to have a select choice of teams that he wants to go to. And
CJ not staying.
It's going to be another Carmelo. It's going to be another whole Carmelo situation. Going to the Knicks from Denver. How much are you going to have to give up to get him? That's $44 million a year.
Either Dame or CJ's gone this year.
I think CJ's going regardless.
And Westbrook is gone this year.
And Westbrook.
I mean, he should though.
That was a gun for hire.
Yeah, that was the writing was on the wall when they got him. But the thing
is,
the reason why I say that I don't think any contract's untradeable now. It's just in the right situation because, I mean, honestly, they said John Wall's contract was untradeable.
They traded what you call it after they gave him a max? Blake Griffin, right?
Yeah,
he was in his tail end of his shit. Yeah.
So I mean, anything is possible.
Come on, he went to Detroit,
and we like to think that these players have say, but they really like. Yes, he's gonna have the team that he wants to go to, but ultimately, if Portland's like, listen, we know you're gonna be out. We're gonna ship you off to whatever team gives us the most, and if they want to ship you to another team during the season, let that be their motherfucking problem.
I could see him in Boston. Jaylen Brown, Smart, Dame, Jaylen Brown, Smart, and some draft picks. I can see that.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think the team
he would. Tatum's not a leader.
No, not Boston. I'm saying Portland.
Who leads it? Between Jaylen Brown, if they keep CJ McCollum, it's gonna be him.
I don't see it, but weirder things have happened. I'm not saying it's not possible.
I mean, personally, I can see both Portland getting rid of Dame and CJ and starting over.
I'll tell you this.
Starting over.
So here's one really quick question. Kawhi apparently is pissed at the Clippers medical staff.
But what's new? What's new?
Listen.
Where's he going?
It doesn't matter.
Staying,
we don't know.
Kawhi could be 100% happy. I don't think that would change anything. What goes on in Kawhi's mind is nobody fucking knows, bro. Kawhi does what the fuck Kawhi wants to do.
That motherfucker,
he may wake up and say, "I'm gonna sign a 1-year deal to play in Russia to get
away from
you
Kanye. They call this nigga Kanye.
I didn't say that shit.
All I'm saying is, what if this motherfucker end up going to Miami?
Nah, him and Butler would
Look,
bump
see,
heads.
They're friends.
look, Marquis. This is the thing. It looks good, but it also looked good, and everybody was on the Laker fans' head when Paul George signed with Kawhi the same day. Within what, a matter of minutes, this shit still got to work out. That's what I'm saying. They still got to play ball.
And Paul George and Kawhi were apparently friends before that shit.
I didn't hear that.
It's easy to be
Really?
friends. It's easy to be friends until you're playing with somebody.
Look, I don't believe that they were true friends because where they stayed at in LA was on opposite sides of the fucking earth. I don't know how that happened, but and them niggas went to two different. One nigga went to San Diego State, the other one went to Fresno State. So I don't get it. But
No
you
one's
know,
vocal.
he also lied and said he grew up a Laker fan. Didn't say he grew up a Clipper fan. I don't know what these niggas is talking about.
Nobody grew up a Clippers fan.
Except Anthony Anderson. But go ahead.
Billy Crystal is the only Clipper fan that I know.
Look, this is great, but I don't think Giannis is going to win another championship. I'm sorry. Motherfuckers is gunning for them.
Do you think Giannis stays with the Bucks?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Giannis, after the
Now,
shit he
yeah.
just said, he's loyal. He won the championship. He's good.
Had they
He
not
can lose
won,
the rest of his life.
had they not made the finals this year, let's say they did get eliminated by Brooklyn or fuck the Hawks, him and Dame would have been in the same motherfucking situation. He would have been getting the fuck up out of there.
All I'm saying is I wouldn't rule it out. We've seen KD. KD has played for what, 3 teams now?
Yeah.
But
Bron has played for three teams now.
But there's legacy there. Like Bron solidified his legacy once he won in Cleveland. The Miami situation is questionable, but he won in Cleveland against Golden State, a 72-win team, and made the most impressive block in a Game 7. Yeah, he's
Giannis got the second best block in post series. Well, in finals history, he got the second best block. He blocked the lob.
Okay, I'm gonna give it.
That was an important play.
But I don't think that. Yeah, he's gonna stay there. He don't have to win anything again, ever. He solidified himself. LeBron solidified himself in Cleveland as the greatest player. And Hayes, you can speak to this because you're in Cleveland. Is that not the greatest play? I'm sorry, in Ohio. My bad,
Columbus,
Ohio.
the superior city. Who the fuck would live in? I will never live in the armpit of America that is Cleveland. How dare you?
God damn. God damn.
I'm sorry. You act like I called you a white man.
I'd rather be called a white man than a Cleveland resident.
God damn.
Okay, for Ohio.
It goes child molester, thief,
Damn.
people from Cleveland, Ohio.
Damn. What happened to Florida?
What the fuck? Oh shit, Florida man. For real.
I'm telling you. Driving through Cleveland, there's an air of depression that just comes over your whole soul. Like,
yeah,
I'm sorry, but where were you going with that? I apologize. Where were you going with that?
Is that not one of the greatest things that ever happened to Ohio?
I don't give a fuck. I'm not from here. Fuck these motherfuckers.
The same niggas that burned his jersey?
We're live?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I don't give a fuck about. Listen, when I moved to Columbus, my favorite pastime the first 2 years I was here was trolling fucking Cleveland and LeBron fans. Like, literally. It brings so much joy to my soul to see an Ohioan after the Cleveland Cavaliers got eliminated from playoff series. That shit literally was the best food for my soul ever. Fuck these motherfuckers. That's how I feel every day.
You're an angry black man.
No, I hate Cleveland. I hate people from Cleveland. I hate the city. I hate all that shit.
Okay. So, yeah. Anyway, bottom line, that was one of the greatest things that happened to mid-market because he brought a championship to Cleveland. Giannis brought a championship to Milwaukee. It doesn't matter if he wins another championship or not. His motivation is going to be completely different. But he's not going to win another championship. I'm sorry. The injury
if he stays in Milwaukee.
Yeah, he's not going to win another championship. I thought if he was going to Miami, oh my God. But him and Bam and Jimmy Butler, that was the rumor, but he decided to stay. So he's not going to win another championship.
We'll see.
Oh, I promise you that. We can bet on that one. If he stays in Milwaukee, he's not going to win another championship. Milwaukee
Does
would not
LeBron
win
another championship in his career before he retires?
Yes.
He
will manufacture
he
a fucking championship. In LA, Super Ice Cube said, no, we ain't talking about one. You ain't do shit. You got to get another one. You're in LA, bro. There's an expectation. You're a Laker. Something about to happen. I'm sorry. LA, like you said, they pull off some miraculous shit.
Oh, listen, either Russ, CP3.
Oh, Russ is gone.
Either Russ, CP3, or
Dame.
Or Dame. One of them are going.
My money's on Russ.
Yeah. Hometown makes sense. But all right, that's it. That's another episode of The Break. So, we never get to talk about sports this much. That's because Mary isn't here. So go ahead and give them your social media. Any parting words? Let's get the fuck up out of here.
At Baylerism on Twitter, at Baylor Great on all other social media platforms. BTG for President, Open Run with BTG, part of the Red Sounders Network. Yeah. Keep and everybody continue to wear their mask, please. Just a little bit more, a little bit longer.
Yo, for real, because there's another strain out there. Do that.
That the vaccine may not be help towards. This is what I knew that shit was gonna happen, man. But go ahead, Marquis. Any parting words? Give me your social
media. LA and 5 at Miss Mary Amante. No, sorry.
Hey guys.
Had to shout out my girl. Hey guys. The fuck don't follow me. Get the fuck out of here. You know how I do.
You can follow me at CEO Hayes. That's CEO Haiz. If I have any parting words, listen. If you follow me, if you support me, and you are a resident of Cleveland, Ohio, I need you to unfollow me immediately now. I don't need any of that motherfucking energy around me. I need y'all motherfuckers to get up off my social media. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you the baddest motherfucker in the state of Ohio. If you follow me, you need to get up off my shit ASAP. Fuck you. This has been the number one podcast for the culture. You can follow us collectively at The Breaks Radio. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, thebreaksradio@gmail.com. If you want to leave us a voicemail, you can do so at 614-547-2039. We out this motherfucker.
Unless you're from Cleveland.
Peace. Hey, unless you're from Cleveland, you can stay. Y'all don't give a fuck what y'all do. Fuck you motherfuckers.
I heard they created chitlins in
No, they create Cleveland is the first ring of hell. I'm telling you, there is a pit hole that will lead you